You clicked on this video because you want to become more confident in yourself. How you do that, I'm going to cut straight to it. You need to build discipline. You need to do what you say you're going to do. I'm going to give you an example straight into it. Let's say you go to the gym with your friend, you just start up. You both realize, damn, I really want big muscles. Like, you're in school, for an example, maybe you're 15, 16 years old, maybe you're 18 years old. You start to realize that you're very skinny. You feel like that's the reason maybe you don't get girls, maybe guys don't respect you, why you feel low self-esteem. So you think, yes, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go consistently for years, and I'm going to build this really great physique, and I'm going to feel really confident in myself. You set that goal, you and your friend go. You go 5 days the first week, it's going great. You're doing like an hour a day, you're learning more about diet, how to eat high protein, how to eat a lot of carbs maybe before you train, so you train harder. Maybe you're eating the little Rice Krispie cakes before the gym so that your sessions are harder. It's the beginning of your self-improvement journey. You want to build more confidence, so you're going to the gym. You go 5 days the first week, 5 days the next week. Then your friend loses motivation. He stops going completely. Then it's you against the gym. You can choose, do I go to the gym? Do I go to the gym today? And you're like, no, I don't want to go on my own, it's scary. Although you kind of want to go, you kind of bitch out, you don't go. You miss that one session. And then you completely lose the motivation. You lose the trust in yourself. You broke the trust. You said you were going to go, and you stopped going as soon as it got hard. And then the next time it came up, maybe you did go, you went on your own, but it was hard. And then the next day, you want to go, but it was too hard. So you're pushed off, you don't go, and you just think, it's a waste of time. And you go back to your normal life. Maybe you just play video games with your friend instead. Maybe you just sit at home and scroll on your phone. And maybe you believe, I didn't make progress in those 2 weeks, so it wasn't really worth it anyway. And then you stop going to the gym. And then you know deep inside yourself that you broke that trust with yourself. You can't walk around knowing, I do what I say I'm going to do. You walk around knowing if things get hard, if you want something and things get hard and something gets in your way, you just give up. You build that belief about yourself, and that converts into every area of your life. You know that when things get hard, you will give up. So you feel like a weak individual. Like if somebody was to confront you, you wouldn't be able to handle that because it's tough on your mind. You're being threatened as an individual, and you have to back yourself, but you don't trust yourself. You don't believe you can endure hard things. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you have to do what you say you're going to do. Maybe this starts from just not putting too much on your plate. Yes, just don't put so much on your plate to begin with. It's when you first discover like self-improvement and going to the gym, all you want to do is everything all at once. You want to get the diet perfect, you want to get the gym perfect, you want to get your sleep perfect, you want to do everything all at once. But that's when it goes crashing down. A very popular way to build habits, which anybody who's read the Atomic Habits book will know. You should read it. Reading books is a good investment. Is you have to start making the habit easy. You have to make it so, for an example, you want to go on a morning walk as soon as you wake up. Put your shoes and your clothes out the night before, so when you wake up, it's easier. And you maybe only set it as a 5-minute walk, rather than saying you're going to do a 30-minute walk and you're going to do a run instead, and you don't put your clothes out, and then you wake up in the morning and it's like, I've never even woke up consistently, I'm tired, and now you've got to get the clothes out and do a 30-minute run. You wouldn't stay consistent with that. So I'd say set the standards lower and stay consistent. For me personally, I've got a habit tracker. I've written down my goals. I've written down all the habits that are going to get me the life that I want. kept them simple to start with. Well, I'm quite advanced, so they're not actually very simple, but I know I can do them because I have confidence in myself that I'll do it. And every single day that I do it, I'm building more confidence and it becomes easier and easier. And I have my goals written on the right hand side, trying to save £6,000 to £8,000. Just feel amazing as me. That's a goal. That's a very important goal. To wake up and be like, I don't want to be anyone else. I want to be me. Then we have getting a thick neck, getting jacked, getting a little bit taller, and just being fit, like physically really good with cardio. That's in 12 months, I want to put on 8 to 10 kilos. Maybe it'll be a little bit of fat, but mostly muscle mass. I want to have very clear skin. I've made a lot of progress with this already, but that's what I want. So I've set habits for every day that I'm going to do. For example, I've just started a peptide routine. People are skeptical of this, but I think it's very important to just try things. There's a lot of research saying that it's not safe, but maybe it's not. But I'm fully confident that it is, so I'm staying consistent with it. A lot of people just don't try things because you have to learn something new and do something different, but that you can't do that. I'm trying to get a spot at university in 2027, so I'll be studying 15 hours a week, and I'm going to do that every single week, no matter what, because it's going to build the confidence. Even if I end up not wanting to go to university, it's going to build that confidence in myself. I want to read 12 books, a book every single month. I want to actually build a good reputation at work. I work a job, it's literally a minute away from here, as a waiter slash like behind a bar, like front of house sort of person. I work 40 hours a week, and I found that perhaps I feel just not very good in that job. I just feel like it's a waste of time. I could be making money, I could be putting my time into a skill. This is such a waste of time. Everybody here's losers. And then I think, I'm not even trying in this job. I'm like probably one of the worst employees here. I show up like 1 minute late every day. Not that that's anything crazy. And I just do the bare minimum to get through. Whereas if I just put like 20% more effort in, I started to show up 5 minutes early. I started to have pride in my work, try really hard. Like go in with the mindset of everybody around me, I'm going to impact them positively. I want to walk in the room and people be glad that I'm on shift. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to be there either way. Why not do that? And that is a source of discipline. Because when I go to work and I'm just like not trying very hard, I've got the mindset of it's a waste of time. But it's actually a lot harder to try. It would be hard for me to try, but the results would be there. It would make me a better person. Everybody around me would like me more. And I just feel confident in myself that I'm doing this hard thing and it's rewarding. I think that's going to be one of the most rewarding things. Another main thing for building confidence in yourself and discipline is starting small. I know this video is very like here, there, everywhere. I will make a more clear guide in the future, but if you are enjoying this content and it actually is resonating with you and you're like, damn, those things could actually change my life, then keep following me because these videos are only going to get better. Okay, so on to the point. Cleaning your room. If you get home from the gym and just dump your clothes on the floor, you put all your stuff out your pockets on the side, leave it all messy, you go to the bathroom, you put the bath mat down and you don't put it back afterwards, you stack up your bin and never take it out, you leave plastic water bottles all over the floor. Look around your room now and just have a look. Is your bed made? Is everything neat and tidy? If not, then no wonder other areas of your life lack discipline. This is so simple. It wouldn't even take you time. if you just consistently had a clean space and made the effort to put things in the right place, you would just feel such a sense of confidence at the fact that your life is now better because you're doing this hard thing. Every time you see that, oh, I've got a really clean room, you can think, I'm the type of guy who does things with high standards. That's another point. Do everything with high standards. Do everything with excellence. How you do anything is how you do everything. If, for an example, your room, you keep it messy. Maybe when you send that email to maybe get a job, you don't put as much effort in. You have the spelling mistake and you just leave it. When you get to work, you're fine with being a minute late. You don't crisp in your collar, you don't iron your clothes. You maybe miss a night of brushing your teeth. You have these lower standards where you're not living up to what you know is going to make you more disciplined, a better individual, and overall way more confident. So, actionable step from this video. I'm not going to make this video too long. I do need to structure my content a little bit better. I've noticed that. Actionable step is to create a habit tracker. Put it on your wall. I bought myself a whiteboard. It was £25. I screwed it on my wall. I wrote at the top, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And all you have to do, you write at the habit tracker, you write down discipline tracker, you write 16th of August, 17th of August, 18th of August, 19th of August, all the way along. I do 3 weeks at a time. And then I write down each habit I want to do that's going to get me to my goals. So I'll have the gym, I'll have the amount of calories I want to eat, I'll have the protein I need to hit, I'll have the nighttime routine for good sleep, I'll have the morning routine of getting daylight, so that locks in good sleep. I'll go do some grounding. I'll have the deep work session. I'll have dopamine detox on there, where I don't listen to extremely hard music, I don't drink caffeine, I don't do anything that gives me a high when I'm only doing this amount of work. If I want a high, I have to do a lot of work. So I have all these habits, and every day I'll tick them off. If you just set a few habits that you know you need to do, that you know you want to do, and you know your future self would be glad you did, set them out. You don't need to do 25 habits like I've done. Just do a simple 3 or 4 habits, like start tracking your calories, set amount of calories, track it, track your protein. Let's say you're just going to the gym now. I don't know how far through you are through this self-improvement journey, but just focus on a few key habits like going to the gym, cardio, calories, protein, and maybe add in something else for reading, or just anything you think you should do that you've kind of been slacking on, that you said you're going to do in the past. Set that up, and every morning, this is all you got to do from then. Every morning, go to the board and tick it or cross it, and then say to yourself, right, I'm going to do this today. And then you go do it. You do it no matter what. That keeps you accountable, and it makes you feel good when you're progressing. Right, I look at the 25 different habits over 20 days. That's 500 things I'm doing over 3 weeks is going towards my future self. And I just think, damn, I'm going to get all these ticked off. And then in 3 weeks, I'm going to see, wow, my skin's clearer, my physique is better, my mind is clearer. I feel more positive and happy. And it's like, holy shit, I'm going to keep doing this. You get addicted to it, but you have to keep the discipline. As soon as I break one habit on there, I know for a fact that's when I hit like a lower self. When you stay disciplined completely, you hit like a higher self. You carry yourself differently. You just have this confidence because you know when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Like you walk into the bathroom. I live on my own. I walk into the bathroom and I see a bit of mold on the wall, and I kind of subconsciously think, oh, that looks dirty. I'll just leave that. But then when you actually think with your higher self and you go, this would be a disciplined thing to clean that. This is something I don't want to do that would benefit me. I'm just going to do it. And then I do it. And then whenever I walk into that bathroom, I now see it cleaner, and I have that confidence that I am the guy who has high standards. He does things with excellence and he feels like good. And that carries on to everything else in your life. So yeah, create that habit tracker, stick to it, set some goals. So set your goals, what you want. Put the habits down on the left-hand side. So goals on the right, buy yourself a whiteboard, put it on your wall. Go. I used to do pieces of paper, so if you don't want to buy a whiteboard, just get a piece of paper and blue tack it to your wall. On the right-hand side, write your goals. And on the left-hand side, write down the habits to achieve those goals. And every single day, do the habits. Don't skip. Sometimes, some days maybe you'll miss a habit. Do it the next day, or do it there and then. Stay consistent and do the hard work. Can't emphasize this enough. You need to do the hard stuff, especially when you don't feel like it. Everybody can do stuff when they feel like it, but when you don't feel like it, that's when you build the character and the confidence that even when nobody is watching, even when it's hard, you're going to do it. And that's when it becomes easier. So stay consistent. Make the hard choices, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Create that habit tracker. And I'm going to keep making content like this. I know this is going to help you a lot. I know it is. Before I end the video, I'm going to check my notes. You got this, bro. Habit tracker. Stay consistent. Watch your confidence skyrocket. Clean your fucking room. Speak with a bit more respect. You'll carry yourself better. You'll speak with more respect. You will feel like your higher self.